Human beings are remarkable at lying to others, but we're even better at lying to ourselves. In relationships, we often refuse to see the signs that something is slipping away because admitting it feels like death, the death of a dream, the death of a bond, the death of the person that we thought we were becoming. And yet, ignoring those signs does not preserve the relationship. It only accelerates its decay. Today, I want us to uncover the 7 hidden signs that your partner may be losing interest in you, not to terrify you, not to make you paranoid, but to awaken you to the patterns that reveal a deeper psychological truth. Love must be cultivated, otherwise it withers. Most people enter relationships with a dream. It is not simply companionship, but the projection of an archetype, the lover, the soulmate, the rescuer. The archetype blinds us. Well, because we don't see the person in front of us, we see who they could be for us. Psychologists call this idealization. In the early stages, it fuels passion, but later it can become a prison because when the reality changes, we don't want to confront it. We make excuses. We excuse the distance. We rationalize the neglect. We tell ourselves, well, they're just stressed, they're busy, they're tired. But the truth is this: when interest fades, it always leaks into behavior. And if we dare to look closely, the evidence is undeniable. Here are the 7 signs. Emotional absence. The first and foremost crucial sign is emotional withdrawal. Once they shared their inner world with you, their fears, their frustrations, their hopes, and now their world grows shallow. You ask how their day was, and the answer is mechanical. The depth is gone. Relationships live or die on emotional intimacy. When the well runs dry, something deeper is at stake. Or sign number 2, the collapse of curiosity. Love is, at its root, curiosity. When someone cares about you, they are fascinated by your world. They ask questions. They want to know what you think, what you feel, what you dream. When that curiosity fades, it's a chilling sign. They may sit with you, but they no longer seek you. And that absence of pursuit is the precursor to indifference. Sign number 3, the body language betrayal. The body doesn't lie. The avoidance of touch, the stiff posture, the slight leaning away when you speak, those are micro signals of disengagement. Evolution wired us to read those cues instinctively, but many ignore them because they are too painful to accept. Physical distance precedes emotional distance, and if left unchecked, it becomes permanent. Sign number 4, irritation at the smallest things. When passion is alive, partners overlook flaws, and when it dies, every flaw is magnified. The way you chew, the way you speak, the way you leave clothes on the chair, suddenly everything is a provocation. This is not about the clothes or the chewing, it is about displaced frustration, the resentment of someone who no longer wants to be close but cannot yet admit it. Sign number 5, the withholding of effort. Love is work. Debts must be planned, problems must be solved, sacrifices must be made. If one partner stops trying, no surprises, no gestures, no investment, that is a silent announcement. I am no longer see this as worth my energy. In psychological research, effort is one of the most reliable predictors of long-term commitment. Without it, the bond erodes. Sign number 6, new priorities, new people. When interest fades, attention shifts outward. They suddenly have more time for friends, for hobbies, for colleagues, anyone but you. And while independence is healthy, the replacement of shared time with external distraction, it often reveals a shift in allegiance. Life thrives when two lives are interwoven. It dies when they unravel into parallel, separate worlds. Sign number 7, silence about the future. Perhaps the most telling sign is the absence of forward-looking conversations. When someone loves you, they imagine tomorrow with you. They talk about trips, plans, goals, even small things like what to eat next weekend. But when tomorrow disappears from their language, it means they are preparing consciously or unconsciously to remove you from their vision of the future. Now comes the hard part. What should you do if you recognize these signs? First, resist the temptation to collapse into despair. Too many people, upon sensing distance, cling harder. They beg, they demand, they manipulate. But neediness suffocates love. It does not rekindle it. Second, tell the truth. Radical honesty is painful, but it is the only path forward. Say what you have observed. Share how you feel. Invite them to respond. Maybe the distance comes from stress, maybe depression, or maybe unspoken conflict. Maybe it comes from genuine loss of love. Either way, the truth must be first. Then third, take responsibility of your role. Relationships decay not only because one person stops trying, but because both stop nourishing the bond. Have you neglected affection? Have you failed to listen? Have you taken them for granted? This is not about blame. It is about the courage to ask, what have I done and what can I do differently? And finally, accept reality. If the signs prove true, and if the interest is truly gone, then clinging will not resurrect it. Sometimes the most moral and courageous act is to let go. Better to face the pain of truth than to live in the slow agony of denial. At the deepest level, these seven signs are not just about love lost, they're about responsibility. If you ignore them, you betray yourself. If you confront them, then you give yourself a chance. Whether that means healing the relationship or freeing yourself to find a bond where interest flows naturally, where interest flows joyfully and consistently. Love, like all meaningful things, it requires courage. The courage to see clearly, to speak truthfully, and to act decisively. Do not ignore the signs. To do so is to remain asleep when life is calling you to awaken. So ask yourself, what patterns am I seeing? And what am I refusing to see? And then perhaps take the first step towards a relationship that is worth of your highest self. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so, please subscribe. Your support keeps us going. We are creating a community of people who really want to build love and meaningful relationship.